The Ruger 1022 has earned its reputation for one big reason. It's arguably the best semi-auto 22 LR rifle out there. It's built tough, runs reliably, and honestly, it feels like it could survive anything. Pair that with great accuracy and you've already got a solid performer. But the perks don't stop there. Since it's chambered in 22 long rifle, there's practically no recoil, so you can shoot faster and more comfortably than you ever could with larger calibers. Add in the fact that the ammo is dirt cheap and easy to find, and you've got the perfect range day companion. Shoot all day, guilt-free. Sure, it might not be your first choice for self-defense, but with the right shot placement, it can absolutely get the job done. And thanks to how affordable the ammo is, it's ideal for training and building skill without burning through your wallet. You probably already own one, or know someone who does. But even so, there are a few things about the 1022 that might surprise you. Let's take a look. Military use. We all know the military doesn't just hand out contracts to just any firearm, so you might be surprised to hear that the Ruger 1022 has actually seen military use, specifically by the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF. At first glance, it seems odd. Why would a military use a 22 LR rifle? It's not exactly known for stopping power. But the IDF needed a precision tool for certain situations, like crowd control or riot response, where more powerful weapons would have been overkill. In those cases, the 1022 offered a less lethal alternative. The IDF used a modified carbine version fitted with a suppressor and scope. That setup allowed them to quietly and accurately target individuals in a crowd without alerting everyone nearby or risking excessive collateral damage like with a standard-issue rifle. Still, the move wasn't without controversy. In fact, the rifle was banned in 2001 due to public backlash. But by 2009, it was back in use simply because it was the right tool for very specific situations. Let's be clear, though. Less lethal doesn't mean harmless. People have died from being shot with this rifle. It's still a firearm, and in the wrong context, it can be deadly. Production and popularity. The 1022's success isn't just about performance, it's also a sales powerhouse. First introduced in 1964, it's been in continuous production ever since. That's over half a century of non-stop popularity. With over 7 million units sold, it's one of the best-selling rimfire rifles ever made. And thanks to its massive aftermarket support, you can customize this thing in 100 different ways. Triggers, stocks, barrels, optics, you name it. The low weight and plinking-friendly nature of the gun just add to its appeal. It's fun, customizable, affordable, and endlessly reliable. The 22 Magnum version. Now, if you thought the standard 1022 was too mild, there was a version made for the 22 Magnum round. Released in 1999, this version packed a bit more punch, but it never really caught on. By 2006, production had already stopped. Why? Simple. The 22 Magnum might be more powerful, but it's also more expensive, and you still don't get a huge bump in performance for the cost. It kind of landed in an awkward middle ground, not as cheap or soft shooting as 22 LR, and not as effective as bigger calibers. Most shooters took one look at it and thought, why bother? So the original 22 LR version remained the favorite, and it still is today. 17 HMR version. At one point, Ruger released a variant called the 1017, basically a 1022 chambered in 17 HMR. Sounds interesting, right? But it never really caught on with shooters. Production ran for just 2 short years, from 2004 to 2006, before it was quietly dropped from the lineup. 1022 in 22 Win Mag. Another experiment was the 1022 chambered in 22 Winchester Magnum. This one even won Rifle of the Year back in 1999. But a hot start didn't translate into long-term success. Despite its solid design and sharp looks, it didn't stick around. Why? Simple. People just wanted the original 22 LR version. The Win Mag model faded into obscurity not because it was bad, but because it wasn't what shooters were asking for. Model variants. Over the years, Ruger has released plenty of 10-22 variants. You've got options with a 20-inch barrel, an 18.5-inch carbine, and a 16.1-inch compact version. But one of the biggest hits, the Takedown model, launched on March 28, 2012. This version lets you split the rifle into two easy parts, the barrel group and the receiver group. It comes with a backpack-style case that fits the rifle, extra mags, and accessories, making it a perfect survival companion. There's also the Takedown Light, which uses a lightweight target barrel to shave off some ounces. And then there's the SR22, launched in 2009, which mimics the look of an AR-15. It keeps the classic 10-22 controls, like the mag release, safety, and charging handle, but fits into an AR-style frame and works with standard and aftermarket mags. The Charger. Ever heard of the Ruger Charger? It's a pistol version of the 10-22, first introduced in 2007. It got discontinued early on, not because shooters didn't like it, but because certain states banned pistols with exposed magazines. Since the mag on the Charger sticks out right in front of the trigger, it didn't fly in those places. But times changed, and so did the laws. With AR-style pistols now widely accepted, Ruger brought the Charger back in 2014. It now comes with a laminated stock, an M16A2 style pistol grip, a threaded 10-inch barrel, a 15-round mag, and even ships with a bipod. It's compact, tactical, and a whole lot of fun to shoot. Massive aftermarket support. Thanks to decades of success, the 10-22 has one of the biggest aftermarket ecosystems in the firearms world. And it's not just the popularity, it's also because the rifle is so easy to work on. Want a new stock, different barrel, custom trigger or scope? Swap parts out with zero hassle. You can mod this rifle top to bottom without needing a gunsmith. William Ruger. The man behind the magic? William Ruger himself. He started his company in a tiny workshop back in 1938, cranking out his first lightweight machine gun, which immediately got picked up by the military. That early success launched him into the world of firearms manufacturing, and he never looked back. Magazine ban controversy. Here's a twist you might not expect. In 1989, there was a push to ban magazines over 15 rounds for the 10-22, but the biggest advocate for it, William Ruger himself. On March 30, 1989, he publicly supported limiting mag capacity, a move that sparked plenty of debate and still raises eyebrows today. And there you have it, some of the most interesting facts about the Ruger 10-22 you may not have known. If you've got more cool trivia or personal stories about this legendary rifle, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.